Second Life avatar is particularly powerful in this sense because, unlike with the self-portraiture game character, the creator has complete control over the actions, appearance, and personality of the avatar. As I created my avatar and moved into the world of Second Life, I felt myself growing increasingly attached to the pixelated image on the screen. I thought that becoming deeply involved in a role-playing game might affect my real-world self, and it did, but only slightly. More interesting to me was how closely my behavior in-world mirrored my first life self. The new, strange environment of Second Life made me observe my avatar self with more care than I do in everyday life. This close examination gave me some insights into my own self-perception. I initially had no intention of creating someone who strongly resembled me. My avatar began as a compilation of what I like about myself, what I wish was different, and what I'm learning to accept. I built her body to reflect the stereotypical feminine ideal to which I aspire, but her face I wanted to exude strength. I wanted to create her as someone who seemed tough and independent. She needed an imperfect face to contrast the perfect body. Her nose is a little too big, she has bags under her eyes, and she looks a little rough. I like the look. Her body is beautiful, but her face looks like life has been a little hard on her. When I chose her skin, I considered giving her a tan, or at least a tone a few shades darker than mine. I have only recently come to terms with my own pale, freckled skin tone in contrast with the smooth tan that most regard as beautiful. I liked my avatar so much that I made her skin tone match mine. I think that this actually made me feel a little better about my own skin because she wore skin like mine and she wore it well. Though I don't have her figure, seeing an attractive image of someone with my tone makes me feel like there's nothing inherently undesirable about my color. Pale women are not often shown as appealing, but my avatar gave me the opportunity to create a positive representation of the physical trait that I am most uncomfortable with. The building of the avatar is an opportunity to explore one's self-image, and if this is taken seriously, it can allow for growth. It could make one more comfortable with their physical attributes, or simply heighten the awareness of one's own self-perception. For me, it did both. I did not expect to be particularly affected by my avatar, but I quickly realized that this was an inaccurate prediction. Many of the effects I experienced from my avatar had to do with expecting the interface of the real world to match the convenience I had become accustomed to in Second Life. I spent over 2 hours tweaking my avatar's appearance, not into perfection, but playing with the available options. I really liked how she turned out, but I think that my fondness for her appearance is based on more than simple aesthetics. I liked her more because of the exacting power I had over her appearance. Though some attributes, like her skin, made me feel better about my appearance, I felt inadequate in new ways. I found myself frustrated with my own real-world appearance because the command I have over my hair, makeup, and piercings does not even approach the absolute control I have over hers. While fixing my hair in the mornings, I found myself growing increasingly irritated that it wouldn't do exactly what I wanted. I became less tolerant of my body's imperfections. Common sense told me it was ridiculous to expect to look like a computer-generated image, but I continued to compare myself to her. The idea that I would allow myself to be affected so deeply by an unreal body image bothered me, but it was also entirely predictable. A computer-generated avatar is slightly less realistic than the highly airbrushed images in many fashion magazines. These unreal pictures are thought to cause self-image issues in girls. A perfected avatar is an extreme version of airbrushing. While I thought about my own body in relation to my avatar, I also became more aware of the permanence of appearance changes in the real world. I had been considering piercing my nose with the thought that if I decided I didn't like it, I could take it out. I think, however, that the ability to completely undo an unsatisfactory change in Second Life made me feel the need to be more careful in the real world, where I know that I cannot undo such a change. In Second Life, if I get a piercing, tattoo, or haircut, and decide I don't like it, I can discard it with the security of no consequences. But if I get a piercing in real life, I could be left with a scar or some mark of the mistake. I gave extra pause when deciding about my real-world piercing, because I knew that I could not undo it entirely, and, having become spoiled with the thorough perfection of the Second Life undo, anything less seems very risky. After giving my avatar several experimental piercings, however, I decided that I would be comfortable with piercing. While my awareness of permanence in this sense increased, I certainly identify with Meadows' mention that he kept expecting to have the same power to undo in his life as he did in world. I experienced this feeling repeatedly in conversation. Having spent so much time chatting through the instant messenger in Second Life, I became accustomed to being able to write out a sentence and then quickly revise or reword it so it would make sense. I found myself blurting out less than coherent statements in conversation, and then revising them on the spot instead of first thinking them through in my head. I found that my confidence in my changed quickly once I entered Second Life. During the time I was building my avatar, I was very pleased with her appearance and what I considered to be her personality. I liked her tech simplicity, and, to me, she seemed to emulate the independence and strength that I valued. Once I began to move through the islands in Second Life, however, I became less confident. On my first extended run in-world, I spent 2 hours exploring the most highly populated islands, hoping to gain some insight into the people who play the game often. I was wholly unsuccessful at any interpersonal interaction. I received no response when I attempted to initiate conversations with other avatars, both males and females, nor was I approached by anyone. I wanted to visit common interest islands and education groups, but I found few people there. The only consistently inhabited areas were the hangout and adult islands, which I must admit I was curious about. Many of the other avatars in these locations were having normal conversations about their real-world lives and in-world experiences, but they seemed to be well-established groups of friends who were not interested in meeting someone new. Some, however, were moving around speaking to learners like me. The only difference I could see between the learners being approached and myself was in our attire. I was dressed rather simply, perhaps conservatively, in a t-shirt and jeans. Most of the other avatars were in highly oversexed outfits, revealing most or all of their anatomy, as the avatar is behind me. My reaction to being ignored in Second Life surprised me. Meadows mentions his visceral reaction to getting shot, and though I had no such physical experience, I felt a real emotional impact. I felt rejected, outcast, and out of place. It was strange to feel that people were judging me for not being properly dressed in the virtual world. I was concerned that I appeared prudish and boring. I was consistently ignored. The natural to negative feeling associated with not being included in a social group was compounded by the fact that I had no one in Second Life. In the real world, if I'm in a new social situation, I'm uncomfortable, but I can remain confident because I know I belong somewhere. In Second Life, I was entirely alone and had no social network to fall back on. Out of both boredom and loneliness, I decided to alter my avatar. I went to one of the newbie-friendly free stores and bought some new freeze clothes and skin. I made drastic alterations in the appearance and suggested personality of the avatar. She became anatomically correct, and wore a skimpy lingerie outfit that actually covered a bit more than that of some of the other female avatars.